Have you been feeling a little bit run down? Are you feeling a little bit tired? Has the modern day pressures somewhat got you down? Well, we're going to talk tonight with my friend Suzanne Banks about some of the remedies that may help you overcome that little bit of fatigue. Suzanne, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Matt.
Now, tell me first, Suzanne, a little bit about your background.
I'm an aromatherapist and I've been practicing for maybe 9 or 10 years now, and I got into an aromatherapy workshop. I was introduced by a friend and I just loved it, and I just kept using oils. My partner and I just kept using the essential oils, and then I thought, maybe I'll just study a little bit.
Yeah.
So I did an aromatherapy course and became an aromatherapist and started practicing straight away. And I've done lots of, and still do lots of treatments. So I do aromatherapy massage and facials and energetic healing.
Fantastic.
And I also make oil blends and skincare products as well.
Wow.
So I do a little bit of everything.
I'm already relaxed just talking about it. Now, we were talking a little bit about some of the changes in modern day life that, you know, have come around, and we sort of missed out a little bit. We're busy running around, we're getting stressed, we've got lots of things to do. So what are some of the ways in which our lifestyle's changed?
Well, I suppose we do a lot more, we get a lot more out of our day, and in one way that's good, but in a lot of ways, and what you were describing, it can be quite detrimental. We extend our working day a lot longer. People are expected to do a lot more with their jobs. People who run their own businesses, they have different pressures, and we just do a lot more in our day. 100 years ago, we just didn't have the technology that we do now, and it's really interesting because computers and all this incredible technology and the internet is supposed to make our life easier, but in fact it's probably complicated our life a bit more. It's connected people, but everybody seems to be working more and rushing around a lot, and particularly people who live in cities.
So do you come across a little bit of anxiety and depression and stress in a lot of the people that you work with?
That's mostly what I deal with, really. Aromatherapy is an extension of herbal medicine, and herbal medicine, well, there's Chinese herbal medicine, and there's Western herbs, and so you can go to a herbalist and get a decoction made, and you can drink that, and it's quite yucky, but it does work and it does make you feel good. And on the other side of that, essential oils are parts of the plant that actually smell beautiful, and they help treat the soul and the mind. And so it's mainly stress disorders that I deal with, and anxieties. But definitely eating well is one of the predominant things, and drinking water, I would have to say, is up there with the big one. Now, you need to drink about 8 to 10 glasses or more. You're supposed to really drink 2 litres a day. That's the minimum. If you carry a big bottle,
you get through that really quickly.
It can take you a few days to get used to it, but I reckon that's the best way to measure it. But if you don't have something like this to remind you, and you get caught up in doing this report and doing that report and rushing around, you can go a whole day without maybe having had any water. And tea and coffee doesn't really count. No.
Now, it's about changing patterns, isn't it? So we've decided that, you know, doing something, moving onto your water, for example. This is a mangrove mountain spring water. But there's some other things here we can simply do that are quick and effective and cheap as well. Would you like to talk about
Sure, well, I've just brought a couple of things along. So I want to talk about nuts and seeds. So we're
talking about nuts.
Nuts.
Yeah, I can see people promptly sitting up and paying more attention already.
We've got some tamari roasted almonds here and some raw pepitas, and they're organic. Just a little note here, tamari is it's a soy product. It's like soy sauce, but the main difference is there's no wheat.
Okay.
It's a brewed soy, just like soy sauce, without wheat. So that's good for gluten intolerant people. Nuts and seeds are complementary proteins. They complement each other. It's better if you eat them together. So raw is good, cooked is okay, just not cooked and salted.
Right.
And there's some other really simple things, looking at traditional lifestyles about complementary vegetarian proteins. Meat proteins are whole and complete. A fish protein is complete protein, chicken, anything that's animal derivative, like the flesh, is a complete protein, but the vegetarian proteins are not.
Yeah.
So there's a couple of things here that people can have. This is a spelt pasta, so that's a different kind of grain. This is a really fine noodle, but you can get fantastic spelt pastas and buckwheat and millet pastas. They're a good alternative for people who don't like wheat, and have a really good nutty texture and flavour as well. I bought some really yummy biscuits, cookies.
Oh, fantastic.
Look, these are everything free. They're gluten-free, wheat-free, yeast, dairy and egg-free, but they're actually really yummy.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, it's really mainly for gluten-intolerant people. So there's all these different ways of using different kinds of grains. And this one here, I brought this in one because it's called Freaky.
I would hang that on the wall.
Yeah, it's freaky pasta. This is actually a wheat pasta, but it's a green wheat or a sprouted wheat, and so it makes it a bit easier to digest, basically, than just a regular Durham wheat white pasta.
Yeah.
So there's lots and lots of these alternatives and different things, and you'll find that even supermarkets now stock a lot of different things because there's a demand for them. I brought these bar salts in because it's a really simple way of feeling good.
Right.
And there's just some salt in here, some Australian organic sea salt, a little bit of Epsom salt. And Epsom salt's that old-fashioned salt that you soak in for your muscles.
Yes,
so there's a blend of those with some rose petals to make you feel pretty. And some really nice essential oils. There's lots of different things that you can do to sort of pick yourself up. So eating well is one of them, drinking lots of water, having a bath. And if you don't have a bath, you can do a foot bath.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, it can really energise you as well.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Suzanne, for coming in today and taking us through some of those facts that will help us pick up in our daily lives. Just some really simple, practical, cheap, but effective ways of getting through the day and making us smile a little bit more. Nice to see you, Suzanne.
Thanks, Matt.
Cheers. Mwah.